Hello and welcome. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran. We are interrupting our regular programming to bring you a special broadcast here on DD India. Over the next hour, we'll discuss about Prime Minister Modi's visits to China and Japan. We'll be joined by guests who will put it in context for you so that by the end of it all, you'd have a better understanding of the optics and outcomes of the Prime Minister's engagements in China and Japan and what they mean for the world at large. All right, then let's get started. But first things first, here's a quick overview of the Prime Minister's visits, first to Japan and then to China. Now, Prime Minister Modi paid a two-day visit to Japan for the 15th annual summit. The focus of his discussions in Japan was on shaping the next phase in the India-Japan Special Strategic and Global Partnership, which has made steady and significant progress over the past 11 years. His visit to Japan gave new wings to bilateral collaboration, expanded the scope and ambition of their economic and investment ties, and advanced their cooperation in new and emerging technologies, including AI and semiconductors. From Japan, the Prime Minister traveled to Tianjin in China for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. On the margins of the summit, the Prime Minister held talks with President Xi Jinping of China and President Vladimir Putin of Russia, among others. Now, before I delve into the specifics, allow me to quickly run you through the top news lines. The SCO summit condemns the 22nd April terror attack at Pahalgam in India. The Tianjin Declaration, which was adopted towards the end of the summit, says that the perpetrators, organizers and sponsors of such attacks must be brought to justice. Prime Minister Modi tells the SCO summit that double standards on terrorism is not acceptable. He urges the world to unite against terrorism. The Prime Minister lends a new meaning to the acronym SCO, S for security, C for connectivity and O for opportunity. India says that connectivity must uphold the principles of sovereignty and territorial integrity. Connectivity that bypasses sovereignty ultimately loses both trust and meaning. The Prime Minister did not mention any connectivity project by name, but the unmistakable reference was to China's Belt and Road Initiative in general and the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor in particular, which, for those of you who are not familiar with it, passes through Indian territory illegally occupied by Pakistan. Prime Minister Modi and President Putin travel in the same car from the summit venue to the destination of their bilateral meeting. President Putin will visit India in December for an annual summit. Putin speaks about the friendly and trusted relations between Russia and India. He says the bilateral relations are non-partisan in nature and are supported by an overwhelmingly majority of people. Prime Minister Modi holds a similar bilateral meeting with President Xi of China. It was the Prime Minister's first visit to China in 7 years and their first bilateral meeting on the margins of the BRICS summit in Russia last year. Xi and Modi agreed that India and China are development partners, not rivals. They welcome attempts to ease tensions after a clash in 2020 triggered a 5-year military standoff. The leaders of India, China and Russia meet amid trade tensions triggered by US tariffs and Trump's decision to penalize India for buying oil from Russia. And last but not the least, in Japan, Prime Ministers Modi and Ishiba adopt a joint vision for the next decade, a joint declaration on security cooperation, an economic security initiative, and an action plan for human resource exchange and cooperation through exchanges of more than 500,000 personnel in 5 years, including 50,000 skilled personnel from India to Japan. Prime Minister Modi visits Tokyo's leading semiconductor firm and takes a ride on the Shinkansen, a network of high-speed railway lines in Japan.